am excited to introduce Grace Villegas. Grace is a student assistant with the Department of Rehabilitation in the Inland Empire. So she is a senior at Cal State San Bernardino, where she is earning her bachelor's degree in psychology, and she has big plans for the future, right? She wants to pursue her master's in social work and hopes to become a therapist. So outside of her studies and work, she enjoys Disney movies, who doesn't? Traveling and taking walks with her dogs. So thanks so much for joining us today, Grace, and just kind of sharing your story and a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so hello. My name is Grace Villegas. I'll be finishing up my bachelor's degree next year in May. I'm a student with a disability, and overall, I'm just grateful and appreciative of all the support I've received.
Oh, that's great. You've got some pretty big plans, Grace, so I'm excited for your future.
Thank you.
Today we have a lot of students and parents and folks who are supporting or who are advocates of students with disabilities. And they're feeling hesitant about going to work because they're afraid of losing those SSI or Medi-Cal benefits. What would you tell them?
Yeah, I would tell them that I was also afraid of losing these benefits that I've had my whole life, and I didn't want to really risk it by finding employment. But with the help of my DOR counselor and the work incentives planner specialist, I found that there are ways to pursue that employment without losing the benefits. And I'm just grateful that I was able to find the correct resources that fit my needs and my situation.
Yeah, that is such a common fear, Grace, and everyone's journey looks a little bit different. But you really send an important message that there are safe ways to kind of move forward. We
Yes.
just have to explore what those are and get connected to the right resources.
Yes.
Yeah. So speaking of getting connected, how did you first get connected to DOR and like what kinds of supports have been available along the way?
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story actually. I didn't even know what DOR was, or I didn't even know there was actually an agency out there that helped people with disabilities. It wasn't until I went to a tour at California Baptist University, and I was provided a list with a bunch of resources, and DOR was actually one of them. And then I just called to see what services can be provided for me, and eventually I got college training, guidance. I got set up in a paid work experience. I got referred to a work incentives planner. And I'm currently working with the mobility evaluation program to determine what modifications are best for my van to help me with transportation and independence.
Wow, definitely sounds like you've been connected to some great resources.
Yes,
And it really,
definitely.
yeah, and it really kind of points out the importance for advocating for yourself. So while the college tour gave you the information, it was your follow through, right? And asking those questions that help you got connected. So good for you. So what really motivated you to start working while in school? And what's been the biggest benefit about that decision?
Yeah, my motivation for wanting to start working while in school was that I wanted some extra income and experience. My biggest benefit of this decision is that I've gotten my foot into the door into the career that I want to eventually pursue. And in my role as a student assistant, I've gained that experience working alongside the DOR counselors. The work I do has allowed me to attend different school sites and outreach and events. It has also helped me to earn extra money and travel and have fun. Overall, I would just say that my biggest advantage is being able to balance working, my benefits, and my paycheck.
Yeah. So it's a great reminder that work isn't just about money, right? It's also about building confidence and gaining experience and, helping to have a little bit of play money. So when you first thought about working, what was your biggest concern?
I would say that my biggest concern was losing the Social Security income and my in home support services and my medical benefits. I was also concerned. I was concerned because these supports helped me be more independent, and losing them would have not been good at all. Because I don't have that extra money to pay for my doctor's appointments and such. So I'm just relieved to know that having employment doesn't affect my education nor my work.
Yeah. I mean, benefits like in-home supportive services, IHSS, and
Yes.
Medi-Cal, I mean, they're essential, right?
Hmm.
So I'm just so glad that you shared that you don't always have to choose between independence, income, and those essential services.
Yes.
Yeah, but it does take steps to learn about what supports and programs are available. Yeah. So before you were able to meet with your work incentive planner at DOR, had you heard about Social Security work incentives like the student earned income exclusion, Medi-Cal protections?
No, honestly, no, I had no idea. I wasn't aware that these kinds of like specialists and resources even existed. So I'm just glad that I got connected with them and got the guidance that I needed.
Yeah. I mean, so many people don't know about, these programs, the WIPA
Mm,
programs, the Ticket to Work supports, right? All that
yes.
free support and guidance that's available. So, kind of a real game changer.
Yes, yes.
Right? Yeah. So, did learning about the student earned income exclusion and Medi-Cal protections change how you felt about working?
Yes, it made me change my perspective on working. I felt more relieved and supported knowing that my benefits were protected and I wouldn't be risking anything. And I would say my aha moment was when I was told that I wasn't the only one with these kinds of concerns and hesitations. Learning about the work incentives gave me hope of pursuing employment, continuing school, all while working towards my independence.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not alone in that fear-based
Yes.
concerns. Yeah. And knowledge really is power, right? Understanding the SSI rules, reporting wages, the protections, they can make a really big impact, right? And it's really, like we say, not just about working, but about working and staying protected and building for the future. Yeah, so great work, Grace. So how did you let Social Security know that you wanted to take advantage of the student earned income exclusion? And did you run into any challenges? And then I'm just kind of thinking, are there any tips that you might share for those listening today, to keep Social Security informed?
Yeah, after speaking with my work incentives planner, I knew that I had to submit my student earned income exclusion letter, my pay stub, my class schedule, and a letter from my school verifying that I was in school and taking classes with a number of course credits. The first time I went in person, and I hand delivered everything to my local social security office. They gave me specific envelopes, which are like prepaid already, to send in all my information every month. So now I have to just go like once a year, like it was mentioned in the presentation earlier, to renew everything. And it's actually an easy process once you have all the information needed. And then so I wouldn't say I ran into any challenges, but a tip I would definitely share is that it's important to send in that information every month and stay organized. It can be easy to forget, but it's better not to forget.
Yeah, you make it sound pretty easy. I know working with Social Security sometimes has its complications, but I'm so glad that you haven't run into any challenges. And definitely the tip for staying organized and consistent is key when working with Social Security, right? It kind of protects you should you have to follow up with them. All right, so it sounds like you've been able to keep most of your SSI payment during the school year without any issues. You're still receiving your Medi-Cal and your in-home supportive services. How has that helped you stay focused on work and classes?
Yeah, knowing that there have been no issues with my benefits have has definitely helped me keep a state of peace, especially while in school and work. It has allowed me to have that extra income to use if I need any kind of like school supplies or even to spend on myself. When it comes to the in-home support services, that continued support has helped me keep my independence.
Okay, great. So if another student said to you, I want to work, but I'm scared of losing benefits, what advice might you give them?
Yeah, I would say, it's totally understandable, but I would say to not let that fear stop you. I would highly recommend working with a work incentives planner who can help you figure out how working affects your benefits. They'll listen to your concerns and show you how to use the programs that are there to support you and your work and help you work towards your goals. And they would just overall help you take that full advantage of all the benefits.
Yeah. So I love this. Don't let fear stop you, basically, is the message, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So looking back on this journey so far, what are you most proud of, and what do you hope other students take away from your story?
Yeah, I would say something I'm most proud of is that I'm having that opportunity to work because of my disability. I never really would have imagined that I would have ever worked. I believed that it was a huge impediment to finding employment and that I wouldn't be able to work around it. But luckily, I found an amazing support system who has helped me and encouraged me to be where I am today. So I just hope that other students take away that everything is possible if you really, really want it. And there are many, many resources and supports that can help you be successful. So it's just a matter of looking, reaching out, and connecting with the right people.
Oh, thanks so much for sharing this powerful and inspiring story, Grace. It's
Thank
truly
you.
encouraging to hear about your accomplishments. And like I say, we wish you all the best as you finish up your degree. And I hope you
Thank
stay in
you.
touch because I really like
Yes.
to know. Yeah, I like to know when you graduate.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.